Hi, this is Deb from Paint Calgary. In this video here, I'm going to show you how to patch these little plastic anchors that you find usually around window coverings. Somebody's hung a really big picture. This is a rental property I'm working at, and as you can see, it's pretty rough shape. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on dealing with these. The homeowner is planning on selling the house, so this has to be a pretty good job, not like a rental property painting where, you're dealing with crap. So scrape that down. So basically what I'm going to take is a Richard's putty knife, which is thicker than a regular taping knife or drywall knife that you would use. It does have a sharp edge on it. It's got quite some weight to it. But these are perfect for knocking the heads off of them little suckers. So I'm just gonna knock this off. Okay, so that's taken that head off. I already did this one here. While I'm here, I'm actually going to scrape some of this out. This is some old caulking that's in here. I'll recaulk these windows after we've painted, because we just don't. Might as well deal with it while we're here. All right, that doesn't want to come out. Anyway, so we'll get this as even as we can. Now, basically when we're going over this thing here, we've taken the heads off because, I don't recommend trying to dig them out. You might as well just leave them in there. You put some mud over top, great, you've dealt with it, done, nice and clean. Okay, so like I've shown in some of my other videos here for patching, now we need to check once these heads are off, we need to see if this is even, and it's not. There's a little piece that's poking out and a little piece poking out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the butt end of this knife, which kind of has a little metal thing on, you can't really see it, but anyway, and I'm going to bang these in. I mean, you can use a hammer if you want to, but I mean, as little amount of tools I can carry around, the better. Okay, so if we check this out, scrape some of that off. There we go. That's actually even now, which basically, except for that spot right there, those are lower than the wall is, and that's what we want to achieve. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to mud this. Now it's actually quite difficult hanging on to all this stuff at the same time. I have a regular knife here. It's got some Drydex on it. Lovely. If we use a clean side, you're going to see that this is nice and smooth now. So we're going to take this Drydex, get right in the corner there, and we need to put this on the wall. So put some there, put some there, put some there. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm extending the area a little bit because we're going to feather this out. So I'm going to take my knife and just feather around the edges a bit. A little bit more in there, a little bit more in there, a little bit more in there. It takes a little bit of practice to get the knife working the way you want it to, so don't get discouraged by that. Okay, so we'll put this down. And I'm just going to build up a little tiny bit in here. Okay, perfect. I'm just doing this to make it look beautiful because honestly, if I was doing this on myself, I'd be going probably twice as fast. So, okay, so that's nice and straight. I'm happy with that. I think it looks okay. Now what's going to happen is once this is dry, I'm going to sand this off, okay? And I'm going to use a large sanding sponge on it just so I can get it as straight as possible. A little thing over there. And then what I'm going to do is once that's dry, sanded, I'm going to actually put some paint over top of it. Now what I've done for this rental property, because it's a single coat, same color, I've picked up some Sherwin-Williams Quali-Coat primer, which is just a basically basic contractor's brand or grade of primer. And I've tinted it, or gotten it tinted to the wall color, which is kind of an off beige color. And I'm going to paint that over top. And once I've painted that over top, I'm probably going to need to put a finish coat on here of Drydex, but that's no problem. So I usually do it that way because it saves an extra step, I think, in the long run rather than fiddling around trying to get it as smooth as possible. So that's how it's done.